Take a knee, Miami. Please take a knee. Yes, it's Mario taking over the head coach of Miami. Even when he was the head coach at Oregon, he never takes the knee. Well, for his bad decision, Georgia Tech ended up winning 23-20 in a game that Miami probably shouldn't have been lost to in the first place. A team like Miami, they should have never been in this situation at all. But today is Tuesday, October 10th. I'm Braden Slater, and Red River Rivalry is back. It was a top 15 matchup. It looked more like a top 5 matchup. It was more like 1 versus 2. Oklahoma versus Texas. Since the second play of the game with an interception. And it wasn't long. It seriously took 2 minutes for it to be an instant classic game? Wow, what a game that was. I can't wait till these two teams enter the SEC. If you didn't watch Slayport podcast yesterday, I would go ahead and check that out because I did a little talk about comparing this to what these two teams would do in the SEC in future years. But here's the total comparison stats. Texas won everything but rushing and turnovers, which is actually rushing and turnovers was the main point I made all last week long. I was like, the winner of this game is gonna run the ball the most, cause the most turnovers. Well, Oklahoma did exactly that. Dylan Gabriel with 93%. Wow, 283 yards. He averaged 7 yards per play. Got 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Quinn Ewers had 2 interceptions in that game. Almost had 3. With Oklahoma's win, Oklahoma is now bowl eligible. Yeah, they're going bowling. Let's check out some other big recaps for you. Our weekend scoreboard. Ohio State beats Maryland at 37-13. What a win for Ohio State. Maryland did have them on the ropes in the first quarter, but Ohio State did get things together, and I gotta say, they're number 1 in my rankings until they lose. But Oklahoma and Texas was a game, so we'll see about that. I'll talk about my rankings here in a little bit. But Ole Miss, in a close call against Arkansas, they barely hang on and win 27-20. And then Wisconsin, they're on the edge of their seats in this one. Every game, it's a close one for them. They beat Rutgers 24-13. They still have a shot at the West in the Big Ten. And here's another big game that my joke game of the week that probably didn't even think I would talk about. I think Virginia would kill the crap out of them. It was closer than I thought it was. William and Mary ended up scoring a few points more than I thought they would, but Virginia did get the win 27-13. Whew. Yeah, I don't feel too bad. I feel a little bad for thinking this game, but it's not as bad as, or it's bad as it was. But anyway, yeah, next game. NC State pulls up a win against Marshall. Yeah, barely beating Marshall by a touchdown. 48-41. What a win for, or kind of a statement for Marshall showing that, hey, we can hang in with the Power 5. Clemson, on the other hand, Dabo Sweeto. You might want to do a rain check on your staff because, you beat Wake Forest 17-12. Barely put up points against an offense that we know that should score some points. Wake Forest used to be a good team. They're not that great this year, so Dabo Sweeto's got some explaining to do. So does so does Jimbo Fisher. he had multiple chances to beat Alabama, but Alabama offense just took over the fourth quarter, winning 26-20. What a win for Alabama and Nick Saban. This game, I got some pretty good highlights coming up, but it went to third overtime, and I gotta say, if you like Pac-12 After Dark, that was worth staying up. USC ended up getting a win somehow, some way, 43-41. But it was a Caleb Williams show. But I mean, if he wasn't their quarterback, I think USC probably would have had a lot more losses. So Caleb Williams definitely running a show for USC, but wow, that defense stinks. Arizona did a really good job of shutting down USC's offense up until, overtime basically. But USC is now bowl eligible, so they are going to a bowl game. You want to know who else is going to a bowl game? Yes, that's right. Georgia is bowl eligible. Yeah. And also, I got one more going bowling graphic for you. Yeah. Who else is going bowling now? Michigan. I love this graphic so much. Michigan is going bowling. That was trash. We're at week 6 in college football. Number 9. Kentucky is having problems returning kickoffs in this game. I don't know why you would attempt to touch that. But, yeah, that was not sparked by that, Kentucky. Also, Back to the Future, it looks like, for Iowa State. Yeah, you see fans storm the field, but had you ever seen dinosaurs storm the field and do a little dance? Yeah, that happened. And then at number 7, back to Georgia and Kentucky. Watch this Kentucky player. He does a little pancake on the Georgia player. That's hilarious. I mean, I wouldn't even throw a penalty on that. That's so funny. Number 6, ESPN has a little issues on a big play. Yeah, Texas goes for it on a fourth down, do a little fake punt, and they have power outage issues, so he missed the whole play. And then Arizona, I think they put their basketball players in, I guess, a little basketball pass shuffle, I guess. I don't know. Number 4 is kind of a big sequence. All right, so you would think that, 30 seconds left, you just need the ball. No, they ran a play, fumbled, Georgia Tech's got it. So what are they going to do? Well, on 2nd and 10, he finds a wide open receiver at the 10, and he goes in the end zone for a touchdown. And water balls came on the field. Yep, and then Miami had 2 seconds left to do something, and, cue the music. Oh, and he fumbles again. Georgia Tech gets it and pulls up probably one of the biggest upsets of the year. And look, he threw number 73 throws his helmet on the ground. That's hilarious. Oh yeah. Listen to this call from the Arizona and USC game.
Holding defense number 23. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
No, the play was not a touchdown. I mean, what are we talking about? Not even close.
It went way over his head. It wasn't even catchable. What was that official saw? Yeah, that's Pac-12 officials for you. And then here we go, Army. Running back, run up the middle. Ooh, wow. He's gonna remember. He is not gonna be liking that for the rest of the season. Ooh, running right into the official. And number 1, USC is having kicking issues. Yeah, that was trash. It's upset alert time. Let's look at the first game of our upset. We've got Kansas State and Oklahoma State. This was a Friday night game, a game that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet. But what a win for Oklahoma State at home, beating the Big 12 champs from last year. Yeah, defending Big 12 champs. But Kansas State, what happened to K-State? They got the same players coming back, even better. They're healthier, but yet they can't get it done. So, yeah, that's that. And also, Louisiana pulls up a big upset over Texas State, a team that beat Baylor, and I really felt confident in them winning some big games down the road. But Louisiana pulling up a big win, 34-30. What a win for Louisiana right there. Wyoming, I called this one in the American evening. Wyoming is going to pull off this upset. They might even potentially, they win another game, they have a chance of being ranked. Wow, what a win for Wyoming, beating number 24 Fresno State 24-19. Wow, I can't actually believe I got that game right. And yeah, and I'm actually surprised Wyoming is AP didn't rank Wyoming, but I think they're getting there. I think they are getting there. I think they will have a chance. LSU, on the other hand, they struggled defensively. Missouri had a lot of chances to win this game. I actually thought Missouri was going to win this game. I picked them to win this game. They had the lead when I was watching them. I turned the game off, or I went to go watch another game for like, I don't know, a couple minutes now. It was like, oh, where's the commercial? I kind of forgot about it, thinking Missouri's going to win this game. I come back, LSU has the lead and wins 49-39. Wow. What a win for LSU and Brian Kelly right there. Another big upset that I probably wasn't expecting, but Chip Kelly's finally getting it done. He finally wins the game when it matters, beating Washington State 25-17, and now we're starting to see the Pac-12 beat each other up. And here in the next couple weeks, we're gonna find out who truly is a good team in the Pac-12. But, you want to know who's going bowling with that win? Yeah! Louisville is going bowling. You're probably like, well, why weren't you just talking about the game? Well, because I'm introducing you to their win over Notre Dame. Yes, Louisville is going bowling with their win over Notre Dame, 33-20. In a game that I really thought Notre Dame would have won. I mean, maybe they should start, I think the whole week they focus on counting and not beating Louisville because I mean they had every play. They had 11 players on the field, so I don't think they had any problem at all on counting, but they need to finish winning their games. That's all I got to say on that. All right, let's get an Iowa point update. They played Purdue this week. They did win 20-14. And I gotta say, is it enough? I mean, they really have to. He has to be at 150 by this week to be on track. Putting up 20 points, it's good. It was all offense, so I gotta say, I think he's on track. But he's at 131, so I think. I mean, he's not on track, but improved since the last couple of weeks. Because he had 1 week where you got 0 points. So, he's not bad. Not doing too bad right now. Alright, it's time for overrated and underrated. Miami playbook is overrated. Just add knee. Just add a QB knee to your playbook, and you can win a game. That's all I'm asking is to add QB knee to your playbook and you win games. Repeating that again one last time. Add QB knee to your playbook and you win the game. That's all I gotta say about that, about Miami. Alright, who is underrated? Ooh, I got a good one for you, and probably a surprising one. Let's bring on the bright Green. Is it going to play in a second? It's coming in. It's loading. I guess I usually talk more about underrated team Miami. But I really want to talk about the underrated team this week. Okay, I'll go ahead and talk about it. All right, here it goes. My underrated team this week is Louisville. By the way, they beat Notre Dame. I mean, they had all 11 players on the field this time every play. They didn't have any extra, any less. Louisville played a really complete game and a really big win, and I think Louisville has a really good shot at the ACC. I mean, at first I thought, it's going to be Florida State, Clemson, Miami, and then maybe Louisville possibly, but now it's Florida State and Louisville and no one else. I just noticed I got 2 ACC teams in this graphic. Oh my goodness. Wow. And I really thought that Miami would be the underrated team this year, but it's not. It's Louisville. So, that's that. And, that was underrated and overrated. So it's now time to get to, a fun part. Last year I didn't like doing this. This year I love doing this. So let's go to Pick'em. How'd I do a Pick'em this week? I gotta do pretty good. I mean, that was a good, fun week to watch. I went 6 for 4. I thought I did better than that. I'll take it, though. 31 points. I went 40 and 20 on the season, 236 points. And then the Oklahoma-Texas game, I guess 46 total points. I already know that I haven't seen the total combined points yet, but I already know that I was not close to 46. It's got to be over 60 because both teams scored about 30 points-ish. Yeah, I gotta say, pick of this week, I gotta say, I'm not doing too bad this year. I am not doing bad this year. I mean, that's a good record right there. And you can see down at the bottom, total combined points, 64. I think I probably could have done better. I actually thought it'd be a more defensive game than, it was good defensive game, but the offense showed out. It was quite an impressive game. All right. The spread, I went 5 for 5. Oh my goodness. Once again, I escaped. I got 50 points. I guess the total combined points was 61. I was not bad in the spread for the game of the week. I had OU covering. They did cover. I got 36 wins over 23, 360 points. I gotta say, I'm doing pretty good in the spread this year. A lot better than last year. Still not good, but I'll take it. I got a winning record. I haven't had a losing week yet this year in both Pick'em or the spread, and I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm feeling confident into next week because we got some bigger games coming up, so it's gonna start getting a little harder for me. And if I can get Oklahoma Texas game right, that was quite a game, and I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the season starting. But let's look at some headlines, some NFL headlines. The Jets are now looking for a trade. Now they are wanting McCall Hardman. He's a wide receiver, and they are looking to build. They're just looking to build their offensive roster and find playmakers. I don't even know who he is. I'm sorry. I don't follow NFL that much, but I'm sure he's a good player. And, we got a trade alert basically on the way for the NFL and the Jets. All right, here we go. Some quick NFL scoreboard. The Falcons beat the Texans 21-19. All right, it's been like a while since I talked about the Texans. I kind of forgot they were a team. And the Colts beat the Titans 23-16. What a win for the Colts. And what happened to Tennessee? They really just fell apart the last couple of years. I really thought they were a playoff team. I guess not. But the Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10. What a win for the Steelers right there. They are improving their resume and definitely a team to look after in the NFL. And the Raiders, this was on Monday Night Football last night. I'm sorry, not last night. Yeah, it was last night. The Raiders beat the Packers 17-13 on Monday Night Football. And then the Swifties barely hanging on over the Vikings 27-20. The Vikings are terrible this year. How did they only beat them by 7 points? But a win's a win, I guess. Yeah. They're now 3-0 as Swifties. And then our biggest game of the week, it was an international game. The Jaguars versus the Bills. Yeah, the Bills lost. Yeah, another game that the Bills should have won. They lost. I mean, the games that I picked the Bills to win, they lose. The game I picked the Bills to lose, they end up winning. Now I know what to go move forward, but the Jags end up winning 25-20. Alright, we got some college football headlines, and, Mario's crystal ball is, in the headlines once again. I am talking about him for, the 5th time in this show, about, not taking a knee. Well, he says he's taking full responsibility for not making the play call. Yeah, sure. And he said that I'm going to start doing that now. He said it was the wrong decision. Yeah, we'll see about that. Next time Miami has a chance to win and they don't take a knee, I'm going to remember that. And also, Washington is going against Oregon State and Washington State on trying to take on their lawsuit on the Pac-12 falling apart. So, Oregon State and Washington State don't want the Pac-12 to fall apart. They're trying to rebuild it and add probably some other other group of 5 schools in. Washington just wants it to end. Or on the other side, why do they care? They're heading to the Big Ten. And also some other big news for Oklahoma. Their lead wide receiver, Adrian Anthony, is out for the rest of the season with the knee injury. That's a big loss for Oklahoma right there, but I do know that they got a good backup. They got their back end is really good, and that might be a hard shoe to fit, but I don't think it will be a problem for Oklahoma. All right, let's take a look at my rankings. Number 25, I got A&M. 24, I got Iowa. 23 is Washington State. 22 is Kansas. I got Kansas ranked now. UCLA is at 21. I also got Iowa new in my rankings, too. And UCLA. So, yeah, with the Washington State loss to UCLA, dropped a few spots, and A&M's lost to Alabama. I felt like it was close enough where they had a chance to win that I felt like to keep them in the rankings. But, I mean, if they would have blown out, if they were trailing the whole game, they wouldn't be in my ranking. The fact that they had a chance to win that game kind of give me the ability. Maybe they are still a good team. They just got to fix their mistakes. But maybe they're just Jimbo. I keep calling him Jimbo. Number 20, I got Notre Dame. Just ahead of them, the team that they just lost to is 19 is Louisville. Kentucky is 18. Ole Miss is 19. And the Pac-2 leader, Oregon State, is at 16. I got Louisville now ranked now. Not only are they ranked, they're they're just not way ahead, but just ahead of Notre Dame, the team they just beat. Notre Dame fell down 8. Kentucky fell a few spots after a loss to Georgia. The only reason why Kentucky didn't fall much is because, Georgia is the number 1 team according to AP, and you'll get to my Georgia rankings here in a little bit, but yeah, top 4 in my rankings. LSU is 15. Number 14 is USC. Yes, I got USC all the way down at 14 now. North Carolina at 13. Utah at 12. And Tennessee at 11. Yes, Tennessee. Lane Kiffin. Sorry, I forgot his name. Sorry. Yeah, Tennessee head coach. It's in the top of my head. Yeah, not the season they were hoping for. Definitely not the season they had last year. But yeah, they're right on the edge of being in the top 10. And again, all these teams move up a few spots. And now, number 10 is, drumroll please, Washington. Number 9, Alabama. Number 8, Texas. Yes, I only dropped Texas one spot. And the highest Pac-12 team is Oregon at 7. Oregon and Washington this week. I've been hyping up Oregon all season long. I really think Oregon is the best team in the Pac-12. Washington is actually 7. Oregon is 8 in the AP poll. We'll find out Saturday which one's correct, me or AP voters, on which one of those teams is better. But now let's look at my top 6, because this one, with the River Rivalry and a couple of big upsets, things are starting to change. Ohio State, Florida State, same spot. Georgia still at 3, but here's where it gets interesting. At number 6, I dropped Michigan one spot. Now it's between Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma at 4, Penn State at 5. Oklahoma goes up 4 spots with that win. Texas was number 3 in AP poll. The way OU beat Texas, I mean, yeah, they struggle a little bit, but I mean, every team has struggled. I mean, I have Ohio State at 1. They really haven't had a complete game yet. Georgia had their first complete game this Saturday. I mean, every team really hasn't had a complete game. I mean, really a dominating season. Every team has their weakness. And I think the AP agrees with me. I mean, we do have teams in different places, but we do agree on the top 6. They got Georgia at 1, Michigan 2. They move Ohio State back up to 3, where they should be at. Penn State's at 5. I'm okay with that. Number 5 is Oklahoma, and number 4 is Florida State. That is your top 6 comparison, and I gotta say, I'm feeling really confident in this. I think we're starting to understand who are the top teams, and maybe starting an idea of who's going to be in the playoff, because it's getting to that time of year where we're about to figure out, all right, which team has a chance to play up, which team won't. But before we decide on that, we got to look at the AP notes. Which teams are new, which teams out, which one went up, which one went down. Well, UCLA and Kansas are just like agree with me. They're now ranked. They dropped Missouri and Fresno State out at the ranking, just like me. Well, I never had Fresno State ranked, but I did have Missouri ranked, and I dropped them out. The biggest jump is Louisville and Oklahoma. Hey, just like me. They're copying me. You do know that I read my rankings before AP does, so that way no one thinks that I'm copying them. They're actually copying me. Biggest fall is Notre Dame and Miami. Hey, just like me. Wow, I should be an AP voter. This is hilarious because, like, my rankings kind of match the way, I mean, we might have some teams in different places, but we have a good understanding of where teams are at. Weird, huh? Yeah, anyway, American Game Day. Next show up, our flagship show. Saturday at 10 o'clock. I'll be talking some NFL. Yeah, I got a decent one for you. I'm not hyping it up that much, but it's a show. And then Slayport Podcast. Monday at 6. I have no idea what the topic for that episode will be. And then, and then I got Oregon and Washington. Gonna be recap that game next week on Down and Distance. And then Debatable is coming back October 25th at noon. Live show getting you ready for the CFP rankings coming out the week later. And then if you haven't already, check out our website for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. That's all going around the network. That's all going around the network here on Busy Sports. Sorry, well, my mic cut out for a second. Anyway, there's a good good game tonight. Liberty, Jackson State, 6:30 ESPNU. It's going to be 75 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's kicking off week 7 in college football. It's the 2 best teams in the Conference of USA. Who am I going to pick to win this game? A team that I really feel like is a football team. Hasn't had much success the last couple of years, but I think they're going to be back on top. They're undefeated. They're going to get a going bowling game next week. I got Liberty winning this game. Friday, Tulane and Memphis. 6 o'clock ESPN on a Friday, like I already mentioned. Good game for the American Conference. Both these two teams are fighting for a chance to go to their conference championship game. Yeah, Tulane. I really think that they were good enough to be ranked. Yeah, they had some tough losses, but they win this game on the road. They're back up there. They have a chance to go to a good bowl game this year. Probably not going to be in New York 6, but they have a really good shot at one. And now, here's the next game. We'll look at our full Saturday lineup. Well, not really full, but all the big games on Saturday. Syracuse and Florida State. That's going to be a good one. Noon kickoff, ABC. And, yeah, this was going to be quite interesting because Syracuse, when 4-0, they had a great start to their season, but now they're on a 2-game losing streak. They're on the road playing a talented Florida State, who has struggled lately, but I think Florida State will come prepared. I think Syracuse will come prepared too, so it's going to be a much-watched game. Also, the Sun Belt's got a really big game. This might be the Sun Belt early look at the championship game. Georgia Southern versus newcomer in the group of 5. Yes, in the FBS, James Madison. Yeah, and I think that James Madison has a really good shot at winning this game. I really do. And then Wyoming and Air Force. This is going to be a really key matchup. Air Force is undefeated. Wyoming just beat a ranked team, and their only loss to is Texas. And they were hanging in with Texas. So, Wyoming, definitely, they're on the road. They definitely have a shot at pulling up an upset here. Air Force, again, undefeated. They win this game. I think the winner in this game will be ranked. I really do. The winner of this game can possibly be ranked and possibly have a shot at maybe joining the Pac-12. USC and Notre Dame. Yeah, this is going to be the battle of the no one wants to watch game. These are two teams that doesn't have a playoff chance, but there is a but they still have a shot at the New York 6. The winner will go to New York 6. The loser, well, probably will go to the Texas Bowl or the Alma Bowl or something like that. Yeah, the Losers Bowl. Anyway, Miami and North Carolina, both these two teams have something to play for. Well, North Carolina has something to play for. They're undefeated. They look really good right now. They win this game. They're going bowling. If Miami wins this game, well, they should be going bowling, except for if they learn to take a knee. Maybe they'll figure it out by this game, but they are playing North Carolina, and something tells me that they will be fighting their lives on the last play of the game. And then Missouri, no longer ranked, but they go on the road to play a really talented, really well-coached Kentucky team who everyone thought probably had a chance to knock out Georgia. Georgia is ready for it. But can they be well prepared for this game? They're back at home. I really don't know who's going to win this game. I'm back and forth. You'll see my pick on Saturday on American Game Day, but I probably won't even know when it's time to make the pick who I'm going to win. It's going to be really close, so possibly overtime in that game. And then the Pac-12, UCLA and Oregon State. The loser goes out of the rankings. The winner goes to the Big Ten. A little joke, but yeah, it's the UCLA versus Oregon State. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. The battle of the we want to stay ranked and trust us, we're a good team this year game. So a lot to prove there. And then we go to Husky Stadium in Seattle, Washington, for the game of the week. Yep, that's right. Oregon is the underdog in this game, according to AP voters. Washington is the favored team. 2:30 on Saturday on ABC. Oregon versus Washington. And I gotta say, Bo Nick, Heisman candidate, got a really good shot. He's going to make a major impact in this game. And by the way, I think Oregon's defense is going to be the main show in this game. Forget about Oregon's offense. I know they can score points. I want to see that Oregon defense. Can they stop Washington's offense? And also, can Washington's defense stop Oregon's offense? I want to see the defense get tested here. This is the game I've been waiting for from these two teams. We've seen these two teams shut out teams, but they really haven't played any teams with offense yet. We're about to find out if those two teams can really play defense. Well, I'll have your recap for your game next week at 6 o'clock, and also your full prediction on American Game Day on Saturday. Thanks for watching.